So I thankfully and 100% painlessly, thankfully painlessly, still fit into my INC size 10 jeans, boot cut, long. And obviously they're a size 10 because they're stretchy or whatnot, you know. Who knows why? It's probably because they're designed long, or I don't know, because I don't normally wear a 10. And I say thankfully because after an entire day of fasting on only water plus a little bit of apple cider vinegar, like a tablespoon in a couple of glasses, that's it. It's all water. Spring water, of course, blonde spring water. I weighed this morning just now 10 times on my Eat Smart, made in the USA digital scale, 170.8. A couple days ago I weighed 175.2. A couple days ago. I don't know, it doesn't matter. I'm on 70.8, and like I said, that's still unacceptable. My mom and her friend took out their pseudo friend. I say pseudo because it's the one woman that I don't like. Because I had her drop me off at my dentist, and she'd asked me, do you want to join us? And no, don't like this woman. But in any case, they kind of got corralled into taking her out because she wanted them to go to something she was having, and the other woman had to work and couldn't do it. And she's like, well, why don't we just take you out today? They took her out. Mom had a good time. She got me a lobster roll, and she had warned me that I mean, I knew they were small, but they're just like this little thing on a hot dog roll, and it cost with tax $13. And she kept telling me, it's going to be the same as the one I get at Stop and Shop for only $6 or $7 and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't care, Mom. I can't have you get me like fried something. It won't taste good the next day. I'm fasting yesterday, which means I'm going to eat the lobster roll this morning. And no, she's like, will you tell me if you think it's worth $13? Mom, I already know. I can look at it and see it's not worth $13. But it's probably the same one, same kind of Stop Shop. No, maybe not, Mom. Maybe the Stop Shop uses more mayonnaise. Or maybe not. Who knows? And I'm sure I'll enjoy even more a fancy, the ones that cost like $3 at a fancy place, chocolate cupcake with chocolate frosting. So that's going to be breakfast. And it's probably going to be all I eat the rest of the day. My mom's still talking to Auntie. My cousin and I don't recommend it. But you know what? I told my cousin all about this because my mom let it slip, but she didn't tell the whole thing. And I told my cousin the truth. It's, you know, I have almost 1/3 video views on this channel. I didn't even think I told her about my other 2 channels. I don't know. It doesn't matter. And of course, I didn't tell her that it all started because I went crazy and believed Chuck Rucker was in love with me. But so what? It doesn't matter why it started. What matters is even though it's not real to me because nothing is, you know. And I suppose, like I said, I mean, I know that all of you exist. I'm not an idiot, okay? I know the world exists. I watch the news. I see the murder and all the middle, everything, and Al-Qaeda and the ISIS in the Middle East and the people starving to death. I know it all exists, okay? I'm not an idiot. I'm not crazy in that sense, but I also live in my own little world, you know, so on the one hand, but on the other hand, I love people. I mean, I told you, I chat and laugh, and even sexual innuendos and whatnot, because that one woman was reading the first book of 50 Shades, and I'm already on the 3rd, okay? I watched the trailer yesterday. I have no idea who that whatever that guy's name is, but he looks hot enough, you know. And he needs the mentality to play Christian Grey, not just the hotness of the body, you know. Because I can think of hot guys, so guys who are considered hot in Hollywood, I would never want to see play Christian Grey. I'm happy. I'm pleased with him anyway, and I'm pleased I don't know who he is. I guess originally Charlie Hunnam or something, the one that was in that Liv Tyler the Ledge, one of my all-time favorite movies. The rather recent, all-time favorite movie. He was originally supposed to play Christian Grey, and he blacked out for whatever reason, but I'm sure I probably would have happy seeing him play it too, as long as they made sure he darkened his hair and had no facial hair to speak of and whatnot, because that's Christian Grey, clean cut. Okay. Clean cut looking with a very, very dark, devious mind. So yes, at this time I'm at least 10 pounds heavier than I would like to be. I'm 170.8, and obviously I want to be 160 or hover around that. Hover around 160, 163, Auntie's, my mom's talking to Auntie, not good. My cousin, I don't recommend it, but I'm so grateful. My cousin is a private person, so she wouldn't want to do anything like this, but she said, more power to you, Laura. If that's, you will never be rejected by me and my family. We love you, and, considering what my aunt who died and her daughters and that family and of course Auntie M and all them. I'm very, very grateful to this cousin, beyond so, because remember we hadn't seen each other since we were little kids. And remember too, the family rejected her. Hurt her. It was totally unexpected. Join the club, cousin. Join the club. You don't hate me, do you? Fuck you, Auntie. It wasn't an act, like my cousin said. She said it before I did. It wasn't an act of a loving sister. What Auntie M did to my mother last month, 2 months ago, whatever. Other things as well, but that was the straw that broke the camel's back in my mother's mind. Like I said, I have my own problems to deal with. I'm getting the fuck out of that shelter before winter comes. And I have to, get my house in gear and get my stuff from LA. Like I told my mother. Oh, I found out something that sucks too. Remember, I'm researching this to see what this is gonna fucking cost me. I can't mail my journals, media mail. You go online and people are like, well, they don't really look or whatnot. Yeah, different post people will look. And if they open them up, and they say, but other people have called and they were ambivalent, the post people, I don't know, hardcover journals filled with words. I would consider those books, no. Can't mail them. Media mail. It's going to cost me a fortune to mail my hardcover journals. And my mom's like, well then why do it? I'm like, Mom, so what? Even if it cost me $2,000, I don't think it's going to cost that much. I don't even know. I got to get rid of a lot of crap too. But let's just say it cost me $2,000, $1,000, $1,500, whatever. I'm paying $600 a year, and I need closure. You get it? I'm paying $600 a year, so if it costs me $1,500 in 2 years, I'd be paying that anyway, and I'm going to pay on this indefinitely. And I don't want my stuff 3,000 miles away. I need closure. My therapist understands that. But I need to research all this stuff ahead of time. Remember, in LA you can always find, Hispanic men, Mexicans, whatever you want to call them. So I'm really tired of the politically correct bullshit. And I just look at people as people, Like I said, when Omar and I were living in the streets for those 7 days of hell, there were of all colors. There were of all colors, all races, who treated me horribly and who treated me wonderfully. You know, treated me in all Americans, you know, cared and had heart. And then others who get the fuck away will call the cops. Okay, so Mexicans are prevalent in LA who want to do work for real cheap, who have a truck, you know. But I'm afraid to do that too, because you know how it is. You just never know. Mm-hmm. I'm not looking forward to going back to the shelter. Remember, I spend every weekend with my mama. So if I go back on Tuesday, no, I've been going back on Tuesdays for various reasons. Yesterday I had my dentist appointment, remember? So. And that cost $221, in case you're wondering. It was an old filling that was coming out, you know. And he just replaced the whole thing. I made sure to tell him. I said, no silver fillings. All dentists should stop using silver fillings, but according to my dental dentist, this guy still does use silver fillings. People want them because they're cheap or whatever. I don't want silver fillings. If I had money, I would get all my silver fillings removed from my mouth. And there aren't like 100. You know. I think if I found out, I think there's like 4, but still, it's very, very expensive. And, you know, I only want to go to a holistic dentist, and I read about it online, and actually I talked to them, and it's just this big thing. They're real careful so you don't get all that mercury all down your throat at once, and they have air things and things, it's just masks, and it's just a big, complicated thing that I don't have the money to do it, so if you don't have the money, you don't have the money, what are you going to do? We can only do what we can do, right? I told my mom to get me up at 5:30 today, but I woke up on my own. I woke up at 4, freezing, you know. On the bus, a woman was saying that people exaggerate. I don't know what to believe, because I don't believe I don't think it was, or maybe it was, but it was still warmer in the house because it hasn't had a chance to cool down because it's not winter. But she said the other day in the morning it was like 47 degrees. Maybe it was, and maybe it is right now. I could go watch the news. I don't have time. In any case, it was 66 degrees in here, and I want to take a shower. I took a shower yesterday and washed my hair, but I didn't dry it. I like to dry it, so I'm going to do that this morning. Do my laundry. I'm going to pack. A guy who I don't know who he is, a new fan. So will you create a private video for me and drop the towel? Never, 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 never. Doesn't matter even if you put videos on private or whatnot. You lose your channel. I would never do that anyway. I'm not particularly comfortable with my naked body, for the truth. I remember, if I ever have sex again after, I think we're going on 6 years now, right? Yeah. Well, not really, it's 5.5. April 6th, 2008 was the last time I had actual sex, so I'm not going to drop any towel. I'm not going to do anything on YouTube that would possibly cause me to lose my channel. And I wouldn't do that anyway. I wouldn't create some video for some stranger and drop my towel. I wouldn't even do it if a guy I knew. I wouldn't do it, period. So I have sex again, the guy's going to have to make me feel comfortable and beautiful and whatnot, just like that 66-year-old man. He was a fucking prick and probably cheating on his wife, not my fault, because he lied to me, and I believed him. I was naive. You tell half-truths, and then someone like me believes you, you know. I'm sure it could happen to me again. I'm not perfect, I don't know. He told me he was separated, and they'd been separated for 9 months, and yada whatever, but now I believe it's a total lie. But in any case, I'm 170 right now, 80, 90, 210, 12. I was about 50 pounds heavier, and he praised me up and down, called me a beautiful, sensual woman, yada, yada, yada. But he's not naked, but I didn't do anything unsafe with him. Can't speak for him, but I didn't do anything unsafe. The point is, he made me feel beautiful and gorgeous after years and years of abuse by Donald, making me feel like a total piece of worthless shit. So, and I was 50 pounds heavier with him. And he was 66, but he was quite dapper. You know, he's a former actor, apparently. He gave us something, not just like a bit piece. You know, lots of people in Hollywood, LA, California, all them are former actors or bit players or whatnot. Okay? I told you that time I went to Man Ray in Hollywood. Not Man Ray, into Bordner's, which was Bar Sinister in Hollywood. And this very nice looking guy, and he wasn't bad looking. I was over 200 pounds then. It's like 217, and I'm 170 now. So like 50 pounds. He was calling me gorgeous, yada, whatever, but he was also, I just wanted to dance. And I had actually worn really high, I don't like little thin heels, but I can wear, like, I have them in my storage actually, because I accidentally brought one and left one behind, but whatever. I didn't find that out till I got here in 12, April of 12, but they're like wedgie things, but they're high, but whatever, but I wore them, and I wore my nice skirt, and remember, so they got me 3 inches higher, so I was, say, over 6 feet, and just a big, voluptuous girl, even though I was 50 pounds heavier than I am now, and I don't like being that weight. I still can clean up really nice and even heavy, and but he just gave his laundry list of all the things he'd been in, okay? He was listing them, and I was in this, 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 going on and on, like 27 things, trying to impress me. I would have been happier if he simply started trailing his finger on my arm. Remember, I was drunk, too, and I was there by myself and nervous, and if he had just, like, trailed his finger on my arm and grabbed me and said, let's dance, or whatever, but he didn't want to do that. He didn't want to dance. Most guys don't. And in the end, I was pretty bored with him. It didn't matter what it looked like. I was bored. I was drunk and didn't want to hear all, I didn't want to make small talk, pretty much. What was I giving that as an example, that even when I was heavier, I could still get hit on by attractive men? By in shape attractive men, okay? But in any case, the 66-year-old man was not bad for 66. I never dated someone that much older than me. 20 years old. More than 20. It's 2010, so 26 years older than me. Something like that. He did make me feel special and beautiful and whatnot, which I needed after being made to feel like a worthless piece of shit for all those years with Donald. So, I got shit to do. My mom's going to be getting up with Omar. I had to wait to take a shower. I'd already taken a shower, but she could wake up at any moment and have to go to the bathroom, and I don't like my showers interrupted. Here, Omar? So he does every morning at 5 a.m., sometimes earlier. Then he does that getting up because he wants to eat, and then he does it in the kitchen when she's feeding. I'm dumping the food all over the floor to slow him down from eating. And then he does it again later, and I'm like, why is he doing it now? It's like, because usually he'll sleep through, it depends, and because he wants apple or orange or whatever fruit she's eating. I'm like, well, don't give him too much, Mama.